Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Horror Snob. My name's Michael James. I am the Horror Snob, here today talking to you about something that we all love to hate and hate to love. The sequel. A thing we as horror fans are constantly pounded over the head with. Sequel after sequel, turned into series after series, from Hellraiser to Halloween to The Conjuring and Paranormal Activity. It is a constant in our world as fans of the genre, with a repetition so frequent it makes it really difficult to find the few truly good sequels. The ones that build upon the original storyline, bringing more to the story, more to the characters, giving us reason to get involved. Today, in an episode I like to call To Sequel or Not to Sequel, I want to take a look at one of those few truly successful sequels that really added something to the original story. Dr. Sleep, the nearly 40-year follow-up to a horror classic known as The Shining. One I'm sure you are very familiar with. If you're anything like me, though, and you're typically hesitant about bothering with sequels, you may have resisted temptation to not bother with Dr. Sleep. I'm telling you now, big mistake on your part if that's the case. A phenomenal film. From beginning to end, Dr. Sleep pays massive homage to The Shining, staying true to the original story, never forgetting, ignoring, or intentionally leaving out any characters or incidents from the original movie. It builds upon the story, adding to it, not trying to replace, not trying to forgive, and not trying to just replicate. We jump ahead many decades into the future, a timeline pretty consistent with our own, finding Danny Torrance, who has trouble dealing with his abilities, trying to bottle it up, and bottle is the perfect word because that's exactly where he goes. We find him at a point in his life in which he is maybe at his lowest, but he's trying to clean up, he's trying to move forward. That's when we get introduced to the big bads in this movie, a rather cult-like group of abilitied people who like to swallow up the souls of children like it's candy. They, known as the True Knot, go head-to-head with Danny in a battle for the ages that, of course, has to finish out at nothing less than the Overlook Hotel, a zombie in building form deep into the snowy mountains of Colorado, right where we left it 40 years ago. With a storyline, group antagonist, and characters all different, all new, Dr. Sleep does well enough to stand on its own. You don't need to have seen The Shining. Every little bit you need to know is incorporated in flashbacks starring actors that so closely resemble the original actors portraying the characters from 1980 that it's hard to see the differences anymore so long in between the two films. Shot so beautifully and acted just as well, this movie is equal parts standalone piece and sequel, allowing you as a viewer to get all of your emotions turned up to 11, all the best feels that you want to have watching a movie, like seeing a long-lost best friend for the first time in decades, while also opening a brand new present that you've been anticipating for years, a gift you have always wanted as a child. This thing is all the best of everything you could want in a movie, the rarity that you will ever find in sequels of any kind, and an A+ in my book for every success it is as a standalone or as a sequel, for all of the respect it pays to The Shining and everything new it brought to the table. This is an absolute must-watch movie, and one, if you haven't seen, you have got to prioritize on your list. Available now for those with cable. It's on HBO. If you have the streaming service HBO Max, you can find it there. Phenomenal movie. Don't miss out. That's it for me today. As always, take a moment, hit that subscribe button and the Hell's Bell. Stay up to date with reviews like this and everything I'm pumping out. While you're there, take a moment, leave a comment below, and let me know what you thought of this film. Is it as good of a sequel as I think it is? Or do you have a differing opinion? My name's Michael James. I am the Horror Snob. As always, I thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.